What is this? The Hobbit? Like you're traveling to Mordor now. Bye. Nice seeing you. Where the heck are you going? Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Banished. What we're going to be doing now that the food crisis is kind of diverted and we kicked the can down the road essentially, I want to go ahead and finish up the right side of this village. And we'll see about detailing this out, making it look really cool. We might even run some more dock along this side. And we'll see about getting these new homes built. Start increasing our population from before, because obviously the food crisis causing a little bit of a population drop. We're going to have to worry about raising that up at this point. And also, what I want to do is maybe introduce a bit more food. Let's see, how much is this thing producing? It's producing okay for its size, but you know what? I think we can do just a hair better. And we're going to just throw in an additional worker on each tidal pool. What that'll do is hopefully increase some of the food supply in the long term as well. We have very little laborers left over from our initial panic and things like that. We also have some homeless people while we change these two homes to first floor medieval homes. But let's see if there is first any of these dock buildings that we can use in the long term. So let's see, there's a small school, herb grower, herb mender. There is a dock home, dock shanty. What's the dock home look like? That's pretty nice. And if we're able to kind of continue that, that'd be pretty cool. Can this be upgraded to dock house? That's a dock house, so that's slightly different. These are not quite the same. So why don't we'll just extend the dock out a little bit. So we'll do that. We will even do a, do we need an herb grower of some kind? Might be something cool to consider. And I might even run the dock along the back here just so it kind of provides a little bit of a cool break there, and we can just run more docks along it. What do we got? Fuel storage. This is like specific storage. Wood finder. Employs a wood vendor, goes out and brings wood to the storage. Okay. Water scavenger. Harvest oysters. A dock chicken breeder. That's interesting. Reed farm. We might need a reed farm, and attaching that to the dock I think would be pretty interesting. Ooh, there's a rice field. Driftwood scavenger. Collects logs or firewood from the river. That's pretty neat. A dock fishery. Okay. I kind of like the reed farm idea. You know, we might use this as a way to kind of top off the dock in some way. So if we do this, this will actually kind of align like so. And then if we're able to throw in just a touch of storage, even though we don't really necessarily need it, it will completely finish and wrap this side of the river. In between the two bridges, we're just going to do these docks in between these two center points and then leave the rest a little bit more natural. That way there's a little bit of a blending into the center of the river, and then it kind of fades back out. And I think that'll be a cool effect in the long run. Just need some more laborers, really. And really, I think the best thing to do is kick out the students for now. You know, you can only have so many laborers before things just slow down too much. And let's just go ahead and we'll just stay at 5 times normal speed while we think about how we want this all to be planned out. So let's grab a new dock tile. We'll actually bring this all the way forward. And we might, let's see, railings and things. Something to keep an eye on as well. The railing is a ghost image, so you don't have to worry about it clipping into anything. But let's maybe think of some other potential items. There's canals. Don't really care about the missionary by any standpoint. Key buildings here. These are more, I guess, refined, upgraded ones, which we could do on the other side. Just a little bit. You know, we don't want to do it too much because what will happen is we might choke up too much of this river and it might not look like it's traversable, and that could be a problem for us. So hopefully we can get these buildings constructed. I don't know where the builders are, but they are taking their sweet time getting here and getting their work done. Let's go ahead and drop one person into herbalist because we're going to need that second person. We have some people starving. A little surprised at that. I don't know why they were starving. Where are you guys going? Is what I want to know. Let's check this out real quick. Paths. Okay. Picking up resources from where? Did I accidentally tell you guys to go out here? Is that the problem? Where are you going? Okay, we have some people going off doing their own thing, it looks like. I don't know where or what this person's doing. All the way out here. They're probably gonna die, to be honest. Let's see. Kinda wanna follow him a little bit. Where are you going? Show me what is causing you to come out this far. Wow, there's another person out here. Where are you going? What? What is this? The Hobbit? Like you're traveling to Mordor now. Bye. Nice seeing you. Where the heck are you going? Is this why everything's going so slow? Are these guys all herbalists? This guy's a dredger. I don't know. What are they doing? I don't know if they're glitched or what. You know what? I can't worry about it. If they're gonna be silly like that, then they're just sadly gonna be silly, and there's not much I can do about it. At least in this current stage of development in the town. But I can build a new home, and that's something I think we should probably do. I want to keep that alleyway, if at all possible. Because I did like the idea of having that. And so it might be cool. Let's see, what's a corner look like? Corner building here, or would it just be best to take it all the way across? I think it'd be cool to take it all the way across. It's something that we did in the previous little village. And if we just attach kind of a middle section followed by an end, And then we need to grab the end to the other side, which we could do 2-story in there. Just like that. And that's kind of, you know, I like those crossing over the road elements because that's kind of an entrance into the bridge itself. Or not bridge, but town itself. I swear I introduced a new herbalist, but I guess not. Okay, maybe this is a different kind of herbalist, and so it's in a different job category. But we can get one reed farmer, which looks pretty cool. You can see how the dock's going to line up at this point, and we can go ahead and add that just real quick, like so. Alright, and what? 2 and 1, I guess? 2. Or I guess we can do a 2 here, and that'll line up. Yeah, it's a little bit of a... It's invading a good bit of the river on this side, so that's something we really need to watch. Let's see, any good decorations? Usually some ghost decorations fit really nice along here. I mean, you can even use like these street signs as their own little thing. Like for example, the 2-directional, you can have it as a sign. You know, that's pretty cool. You can throw some barrels, cranes, of course, along this kind of stuff. Little carts, wagons that are just kind of left around. Like for example, we can have a cart just there. Maybe there as well. We have a merchant arriving at the trading post. That's pretty nice. Let's see, what are you selling? You're selling some stone. No seeds. I did buy some seeds, though. I think I bought 1 seed. We can't really look at it until the town hall is made. You know, that's to see what seeds we have currently, but we do have one. I wonder if I can connect the dock all the way across here. I can. I can also get a little fence. Which is kind of cool as well. Okay, wow, we're completely out of wood. I think expanding kind of killed our wood supply, building these small little huts and stuff. Okay, Hunter Lodge is doing well. We got, what, 1 woodcutter living here, a kilnman, trader, builder, dredger. Still not enough homes in this section. They're pulling from everywhere, and that's not really ideal. Let's just check some jobs. Yeah, you can see that one's pulling from good ways. This one's still doing that. That one, this one, that's still pulling from another town. So that's just a big sign that we need a lot more homes. More decoration maybe in this little grassy area. So let's go with... What am I looking for? I'm looking for... Okay, let's get a trough maybe, just right there. We'll get some rocks maybe just along this section. Make it kind of look like they couldn't fully clear it all, you know? And you do this kind of stuff in Planet Coaster as well, just kind of butt rocks, trees, shrubs along things. And that kind of grounds them. Log decorations I think would look a little weird, but boxes and things You know, this is a little bit more of an industrial area, so maybe this is kind of a storage yard. And I want to flatten the terrain here, just so we have something to work with. And we're not getting little air pockets underneath the floating objects here, and that can look a little weird in the long run. We can even put a pond, technically. Okay, that's too big. Oh, a little wooden table. A lunch area would be nice. That's, I think I accidentally deleted all that stuff, which is actually kind of convenient. We'll put a table here and just kind of set. Can I get a campfire? Somewhere? Nah. Need to think of some details here. I can probably fence this off. So if I go to the fence tab. In my opinion, it's probably best to... Ooh, these are some nice little bridges. Ooh, that's pretty cool as well. This is like a little jetty. Jetty corner. You got some neat bridges here. We could actually connect these up like that. Or we can use this to connect these, if that's something we wanted to do. Just connect it to the dock. Yeah, let's try that. Let's do that there, and then we will grab a dock piece, which I believe is already there, and we just need to throw that there. That should line up. In theory. You never know. The question is, do we still have people just migrating out into the middle of nowhere again? That's the thing. You just never know where they are. Nope. Okay, let's find the herbalists and make sure they're not just wandering off into the sunset either. Alright, nope, they're not. Okay. Hunters? Nope. I don't know what those initial people were doing. I might have accidentally somehow selected a tree for removal. Just wasn't aware of it. Oh, man, that's looking nice. This whole area is going to look pretty amazing in the long run. And this is our first real proper town. You know, the first one's a little bit more of a village size. This one will be, you know, it's close to a water source. Obviously, people living close to a water source generally have a bigger town, you know, for reasons that are obvious. But, you know, this little village here with all these stockpiles, I'm thinking about moving some of these stockpiles around, using this space a little bit more efficiently. I think that'd be something we want to look into eventually as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, I really like the height change, so low to high. We can keep the wooden house there, that's fine. That doesn't bother me at all. And I hope you guys enjoy these just detailing. It's what I kind of enjoy about building games in general. You get a lot of cool stuff you can do. Let's find... Yeah. So a fieldstone gate. Sadly, it doesn't align with those doors. That's something that's kind of bothering me. I wish it aligned, because I could have fit some like trees and shrubs along these areas. But what I can do is potentially just make it a section, and then they share two entrances, or I guess one in this case. And these are ghost images, so they don't really matter a whole lot, because, you know, they get planted all the time. And we can think about maybe adding a tree or something here. Maybe some bushes. I know these aren't really the best bushes in the world because it's winter and you can't really see what they are. Yeah, we can do this, and then we can just hit this corner as well as that corner. I hope that looks good. You just never know. We can also lay some brick here if we really wanted to. Make that look like almost like a stoop that they kind of sit on, and have a nice little pathway. I mean, this is a little bit of a fancier home apartment setup. With a nice kind of busy alleyway, which we can even add a fence back here. Which could look something like this. Yeah, that'll be nice. Just kind of section that whole area off. And you can put trees and things. Let's find a good tree. A town maple tree. I mean, we do have some of these things. Might as well, right? Town oak. Let's do that one there. Town birch. I like birch trees. They generally look really nice. I'm gonna throw that there. Actually, let's see. Can I click on that birch tree at all? Probably not until it's built. That way it actually has a bit of a better hitbox. And ooh, look at this. There's the stone house upgrade, but it looks like there's a fancy country house that we can make from these normal ones. Can we upgrade these? We can. It does require brick, which we have, it looks like. But what else does it require? Is that like ceramic roof tiles of some kind? Let's see. This is bricks. That's all they're making. Glass? Glassware? No. Pottery. Oh, cool. The dock is being expanded too. So now they have an access point all the way to the herbalist on that one side. And I do like how his shop is kind of facing out towards the street a little bit there. Alright. Tell you what I'm going to do for you guys. A little bit different here. We're already about 22 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little ways. Finish detailing out a whole bunch of things for y'all. And get this whole half of the river done this episode. Because we do want to build onto the other half here soon. Get some more production going on. And the town hall area built. And I want you guys to, see that in a timely manner. So I'll be right back. Alright everyone, we are at year 25 in the summer. You can see how much we have here, and this is pretty much what I wanted to accomplish this episode. The northern half of this river is complete. Well, I wouldn't say complete. Everything's kind of a work in progress up until kind of the last episode. Anyways, there's more detail we can always add. And more fences, little nooks and crannies of storage. But this is right now, I think, as good as I'm going to get with our current resources. I don't want to dump too much into it. We need to keep expanding. We need to keep going down the tech tree of the mod so that you guys get to see as much of this as possible. I am loving this series of Banished, by the way. Much more successful so far than the previous season, but much smaller still. So we'll see how far it goes. Let's go ahead, take a look at everything a little closer. You can see the dock district, added some larger boat here, just kind of around there. Died peacefully in their sleep with many happy memories. Oh, Rolando, good job. Good job having some happy memories. That's very interesting. The dock itself is fully extended now, has some carts, little boats, a larger boat. We have a little bridge here, just kind of tucked into the side. I fenced off the whole reed farm, that way it looks a little bit more uniform and mainly part of the dark, or dock, I guess you could say. We got some grass showing through. Did plant some trees kind of tucked into some of the buildings, leaving somewhat of the industrial district a little bit more barren. And, you know, we still need, you know, more production, more everything. All of our reeds right now are being used to make rope, and we are making some fire bundles with them so that we can help supplement our firewood production. Right now, our wood and firewood are suffering a little bit, and also we had a bit of a tool shortage a little while ago. But hopefully, as our education kind of returns from the Great Famine, we'll be able to increase productivity, and our people will hopefully have, well, keep up with our demand. You know, worst case scenario, I might have to add a blacksmith, something small in this town so they can just kind of supply themselves. I do want to make a market in this town. I think this will be the first town with one. But the lower half, I think, will have things like that and another continuation of the docks. So we have, you know, more housing. We have some smaller homes near the top, kind of at the city limits here, that we attached a few outbuildings to. That way they just look a little bit more country, and then you get a little bit more dense as you go riverside. Actually using the town abodes, which are pretty nice. Can't wait till we get some construction materials so we can upgrade these and make them look a little bit better in the long run. But that's about it for this episode of Banished. So if you guys enjoy this game, check it out on Steam. Leave me a comment down below on what you think so far. Suggestions for production, towns, you name it. I'll take a look, and hopefully the feedback is good. So until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.